So here's the story time. You know how you on YouTube and you scrolling through shit and you end up in a whole bunch of videos and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? Yeah. I ended up wandering into the world of the videos Fatal Attraction. So yeah, I know. I always look crazy. I'm gonna tell you right now. Unless I'm taking my ass out to go partay, get used to it. Anyways, yeah, I go rambling. Yeah, so I was thinking about something that I went through, and I figured that I share it on my YouTube channel. A few of my friends know, and I did share some of it on my Facebook. You know, a brief synopsis of what I went through when I was younger on my Facebook. So, the story time today is about the time I almost basically got killed by an ex-boyfriend. And I was watching Fatal Attraction. And it just lets you know how ruthless people can be. How ruthless men can be in a relationship. I'm going to say men because I haven't been in a relationship with a woman. Anyways. So, yeah, basically, I'm going to give you a brief background on this person. This person is 17 years older than me. Oh, I don't know how y'all do this shit. This person is 17 years older than me. I met this person when I was 20, turning 21. This person is not American in the sense that he wasn't born here and he did not live a third of his life here. So, this person was born in Belgium. He did not come to this country until he was 27 years old. But he's African. Don't think because I said Belgium, he's, white. He is African. It just so happened that his mother and his father, brothers, whatever, grew up in Belgium. So he came here when he's 27. One thing I can say about him is he's very well traveled. He is a magnet for women. I can say that. And it's not necessarily, I'm not going to call him unattractive because I found him attractive. I dated him for 7 years. But he's not somebody you will look at and be like, oh my God, no. He's one of the people that you would start talking to if for some reason you just like, and then you just end up in a relationship with him. Yeah, so, this particular person, what am I going to name him? I'm going to name him, damn, what should I name him, y'all? I'm going to name him Temper. So, this person was like out of a fucking hood girl storybook. And when I first initially met him, was young, like I said. I'm 29 now. So, when I met him, I've never met anybody like him before him. So, when I met him, the red flags was there, but of course, in hindsight, I see it now, but at the moment, I didn't see it. He had several kids, supposedly kids in Europe. He had kids down here, 5 to 6 baby mothers. Who knows? He even had a kid on me, but, that's later down the line or whatever. So, yeah. I met him in literally every fucking day I would see him. He would hand me $200. Now, if you're seeing somebody 3-4 times, look at this motherfucker. Niggas be stealing shit out of people's cars. Look, I don't even want to keep looking because if I don't want to be nobody witness, I don't want to be in tied up dead. So anyway, every day. So he would want to see me 3-4 times a week, right? Probably more than that. So he was an extremely busy person. Oh shit. This nigga is stealing some Oh, he's fucking cooked. Honey. Oh my god. Bitch, I'm awesome. Oh my god. The Bronx, y'all. I'm not snitching. I'm not telling on nobody. I got me fucked up. Anyway. So, me being 20, I'm getting like $800 a week from this person. Plus, he's taking me out, spending all his money, getting my hair done or whatever. I just had money to play with, right? So when I first met him, I wasn't necessarily attracted to him. He tried to talk to me several times before I even gave him the time of day. And then, you know how it goes. He pulled up in a nice-ass fucking car. He had his regular clothes on, because usually when I would see him, he would have his mechanic clothes on, and he would be looking busted, dirty, oily, right? So, hold on. Let me show you my homemade pizza, how it came out. Well, anyway. Listen, you gonna have to kill me, motherfucker, because according to YouTube, I need this natural light. Alright? Sweating me with this glass. Shit up outside my window. So anyway, what was I saying? Excuse me, I'm hungry. So, after a while, I'm like, oh, you gotta take care of me. I was telling my friends, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really interested in him. He's mad older. He's not all that attractive. He's always busy, got mad kids. I started listening to myself in the first place. This is the shit about bitches. They'll encourage you to keep talking to a motherfucker just because he got money, and your stupid ass to go right along with it. They're like, yo, just go to Tampa and go get your money so we can go out. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for bitches to go out and all this extra shit and fake balling. So I wasn't really working at the time. I was working on and off. Eventually, me and him kept hanging out, and I was actually starting to grow feelings for him. So, and also, he was kind of possessive in the first place, but I thought it was cute. You know, I couldn't really come up on a block with nobody else. Everybody over here knows him. I couldn't come over here with nobody else, because niggas are snitch. So, it put me in a position where I had to behave like I was in a relationship when I first met this man. So, long story short, this person treated me like a queen for the most part. I did not notice or did not care for the possessive behavior too much because I felt like, oh, he takes care of me. The sex is phenomenal. The oral is fucking great. No? So, when we would get into arguments and shit, what I would notice is he wouldn't give me money. Knowing I didn't have a job, he wouldn't give me money. So, I was becoming dependent on him. He was very passive aggressive. He would be like, oh, you can go out with your friends, and then when I would go out, when I come back, he got an attitude. He would do shit like not call me for a week, not pick up my phone calls. You can see I'm called. He would drop. He used to live not too far from me. Literally, this man would drive past me in the car. I would be calling his phone off the hook, and he would not pick up because he got some type of attitude for something I did that I didn't even know I did. Like one of them niggas, very like it was an emotional roller coaster after a while. I'm like, it was becoming stressful, and like I said, I've never met somebody like this. I was very young, and I endured a lot of trauma when as a child. So as I got older, I made it my business to eliminate drama. So when I encountered somebody like this, it was very hard for me to deal with because it was like I haven't felt this much emotional abuse in a long time, and I'm not used to it. And I figured maybe if I prove that I'm a loyal girl, that, you know, he'll change his behavior. Don't say short. He used to drink a lot. He was in denial that he's an alcoholic. Like I said, he had mad kids. I used to take care of his kids, watch his kids. Let me tell you a quick story. One day he dropped his kids here. When his kids was like, where's my father? I was like, oh, I don't know. He was like, oh, he must have went to his other friend. He knocked on my fucking door. I damn near had his kids by their fucking collar. Threw them up. I'm not going to be babysitting your kids while you cheating on me. What type of shit is that? So anyway, let's get to the story. I just want to let y'all know how these people, a snake. Snakes come in all shapes and sizes. Well, this was years down the line after we done with each other. And then ups and downs, fighting. None of us really wanted to let it go, or we would break up and get back together, all types of shit. And one day I went to work. I got a job because later on into the relationship, I started to realize I needed to be dependent on myself. I had got a job, and I used to work 4 to 12. I'm gonna slap the shit out of that cat. I used to work 4 to 12, and every time I would get off of work, he would pay for my cab from my job to his house. So the cab would be like $30 or whatever. And one day, before I got to work, me and him had gotten into like a little argument, but I wasn't sweating. It was like, what's new? We always fucking arguing. It was draining to me. You know, after a while, you just give up and you just lay down and take it, like, whatever, nigga. So that's where I was at in a relationship. So, it was a Friday, and me and him had agreed that on Fridays, because we was having an issue when we spending time with each other, if I'm spending too much time with my friends. So he made it so that on Fridays, me and him spend time with each other. Saturday, we go our separate ways, and then Sunday, it's open. We relax, whatever. It was Friday. So I'm not thinking because we had a little dispute before I got to work that the deal was off. So, at work, I'm calling him. He's not picking up. Like I said, I work 4 to 12. I'm calling him until I get off work. He's not picking up. I get to my job. I get home to his house probably 12:30. I get there, he's not there. I go there. The lights are on. I can smell his cologne, so that means he was just there, doing his thing. He had this one specific cologne he used to wear. I go in the room. A porno was playing. It's a white woman. This bitch done lost her fucking mind. So, he knows that irks me because if you're gonna date me and I look the way I look, I'm expecting that you should be aroused by women that look like me. And I know that's gonna sound like, what? Bitch, I want to see them pornos, and I want to see some big booty brown skin bitches with big ass fucking lips. Alright? That's what I want to see. I want to know that you're still attracted to me, and the bitches you watching on the TV look like my motherfucking sisters. If you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. But I don't look like no white woman, skinny ass white woman, no butt, big ass titties, no lips. Like, that's not me. So if that's what turns you on, do your thing, homeboy. Oh, anyway, so that put me through the roof. Oh, he had floors that were very, very slippery. Very slippery. So what I did is I took this coconut Alizé that he bought me, a brand new bottle. I opened it up. Put that shit all over the floor. Turned the lights off. And I went home because I live like a few blocks from him. One thing that was smart that I did is I kept my apartment. Yeah, so anyway, I poured a coconut Alizé all over the floor, turn off the lights. I leave. I walk home. And I go to sleep. I'm fucking exhausted because at this point, I got there like 12:30. At this point, it's probably like 1. Not even. I know I just went home. I was tired. So I'm in the house. My phone ringing. I had the Evo at that time. This lets you know how old this is. And phone ringing. I pick up. Yo, this nigga was like, "Where the fuck you at?" I don't want to scream, but he was, when I say, I don't know where he was. I don't know if he was in his car or outside, but if that man was outside, I know people was looking at him like, what the fuck? He was screaming. So he's screaming, and I'm one of the people that when I see you turn up like that for out of nowhere, I'll laugh because I'll be like, what the fuck? So I'm on the phone like, I'm in the house like that, like, you know what I'm saying? So he like, where the fuck you at? I know you cheating on me. Yo, this person stole the fucking radios and stuff out of this person's car. Let me be quiet. So, he like, man, you asked, you cheating on me, you bitch, you fucking hoe. I'm on the phone like, because despite no matter what we went through, he's never really called me out my name. Probably slipped up once, twice, but that was never really his thing to call me out my name. So when he was just so blatantly doing it, I was like, who the fuck is this nigga? So anyway, so I'm sorry, y'all. Shit is crazy over here. So, he was calling me up my name, so he like, yo, I'm downstairs, open the fucking door. Open the fucking door. So he like, buzz me in. Mind you, I ain't think nothing of it because we never really got into physical, although he was verbally and mentally and spiritually neglectful and abusive or whatever. He's never really put his hands on me outright. Like, there was one incident before where he had did something, but and that was a red flag, but that was years down the line, and even then it kind of wasn't his thing to actually put his hands on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had squared up with me before because I like slapped him or some shit like that. So he like opened the door, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking he gonna come in here screaming, acting all crazy, and then that's gonna be that. He comes upstairs, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I sleep naked. Most of the time, I sleep naked. So I'm sleeping on my couch, and I skipped the part where I told y'all that although he had his apartment down the block and I was living with him for most of the time, I, at a certain point, started bringing my stuff back to my house. So my house was a complete mess because I was just dropping stuff here and then going back to his house to sleep. But I was basically like just trying to get all my stuff here. So my bedroom was a mess. It had stuff all over the bed, just stuff everywhere. It was just a mess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sleeping on my couch. And he's like, yo, what the fuck you cheating on me? Where the fuck you was at? And this is that and the third. And so I'm like, well, I called you. I've been calling you all day and you didn't pick up the phone. Here he go line, oh, you ain't call me. And that's the shit. Y'all know that gets under our fucking skin. When you know that you've been calling and texting somebody and they ignoring you and then they be like, oh, you ain't call me. Yes, the fuck I did. All right? So anyway, so he would do that all the time. And that's that passive aggressive shit that I do not like. That makes my blood boil. So he talking to me, he talking about this close in my motherfucking face. His eyes are popping out of his head. That's how enraged he is. You ever saw a cartoon with the veins? Like, this man was on 1,002 trillion, okay? So his eyes popping out of his head and all of that shit. So I'm still kind of like smiling because I'm so shocked. Like, I've seen him get enraged before, but I've never seen him like that. Now, I had went to Antigua in 2010. Before I went to Antigua, he gave me hell. He acted like it was okay for me to go, but then the day before, the day I was supposed to leave, he really tried to ruin my trip. Even while I was in Antigua, I don't even want to get into that. That shit was traumatizing. He never let that shit go. It was like 2013 when this incident happened. Yeah, 2013, probably 2014, I don't know. When this incident happened, that he tried to, he beat my ass, he tried to kill me. So, That's 3 years this motherfucker holding on to this shit. 3 fucking years. This nigga is accusing me of cheating and being with another man in Antigua when I went with a whole bunch of bitches. This lets you know how sick people are. This lets you know no matter how much you explain yourself to somebody, no matter how much proof you got that you're not cheating, that once somebody has their mind made up, that's it. Ain't even no point in you convincing them. Real talk. So, he like, you went to Antigua and you cheated on her. So he went from mushing me in my head. He went from mushing. So at this point, I'm still like, with this stupid grin on, because you know something shocks you, and that's basically what I was feeling. I was kind of like taken back, like, what the fuck? You still talking about Antigua? He went from mushing and he slapped me. And like I said, he's African. If you are African and you find this offensive, I don't know what to tell you. But African people know how to slap people. My sister, yes, okay? This man slapped the fucking Latino, the black, the DNA, the genetics out of my ass. I saw that shit leave my body, bitch. I was sitting there. Yo, this nigga slapped me, I blacked out. That's how hard he slapped me. From there, when he slapped me and I fell over, he jumped on me and he was squeezing my neck. And I remember just looking in his eyes and he's like, I'm gonna kill you. He said, they're gonna have to take me to jail. I'm gonna kill you. Those were his words. I'm going to jail. I'm gonna kill you. And he just kept saying it. And he was squeezing my neck so hard. And I think at that point, that's when I started thinking about my son. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be a fucking victim of domestic violence. What about my son? When you have kids, you can literally be in danger and you don't really care about your welfare until you start thinking, what about my kids? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what about my son? What about my son? So I'm in my head and I'm trying not to panic because I'm trying to that's the key thing you do not do. You do not panic. So I'm trying to get out of the situation. He's choking me and I'm blacking out. And he's like this close to my face and he's squeezing and he's leaning on me. So I started kicking. And once I started kicking, it kind of forced him to pay attention to my feet. But what he did is he grabbed my foot and he put my toe in his mouth and he went to go chomp. Like this man tried to bite my fucking toes off, y'all. I swear. And in my head, that's when I really started to panic because being choked is painful, but you kind of just lose air. Somebody biting your fucking toe off? I'm like, oh no. I got to get... So I started kicking. I'm kicked him in the face. I don't know why I did that, y'all. He picked up my fucking TV, pulled the shit out the wall, and tried to fucking... So I'm like this. I bent over from that shit. So I still don't really have no... Like the way my living room was set up, I didn't have room to move out of the space I was in. Unless, like, I jumped over the couch or something. Like, he was blocking how I can leave from the couch. I don't know how to explain it. But, he did that. Then he took my laptop that was on the table and cracked it in half, like, Then he fucking, what did he do? He took the mirror. You know the long mirrors? Took that shit. Tried to bash my head. So, this nigga's picking up everything. It's a WWF match in here, and I'm losing, bitch. So he's fucking doing all of this, and I'm in my head like, yo, like I'm getting beat up. That's how you know adrenaline, you can't really feel it. Because I wasn't feeling it. I was just thinking, I need to get the fuck out of here. So he go in the bathroom. So when he go in the bathroom, I get up. And I'm trying to leave, but he comes and he rushes me, and he pushes me back down on the couch. And the mop I had was a metal stick, like the tin metal or whatever, aluminum, whatever, that thin, whatever, you know what about it. So, he starts beating me with this shit. So, he hit me so hard the shit bends. When it bends, I'm trying to grab it. I grabbed it, and it ripped. You know when metal bends, if it's thin, it can rip or break, whatever. He tries to stab me with that shit. So, I'm like this. I had a big cut on my hand, or whatever. And then something kicked in and was like, yo, talk nice to him. Now, this is the part that gets me a little emotional because I'm a very assertive person. I could be dominant. And for me to have to basically, how can you say, for me to have to like step back and soften up in a situation like this, it was very hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a girl that's like me, it's very hard for you to take an L in this situation because you ready to fucking throw down. You feel me? But you gotta be smart. So he's doing that, and I was like, I love you. Why you doing this? Because something was like, just talk nice to him. I was like, I love you. Why are you doing this to me? I love you. I love you. I love you. What does he do? He starts crying. He goes in my kitchen and he's boo-hoo fucking crying. Like I told you, I was naked. So I'm looking around for clothes to put on. And I start to walk towards my room. My room is towards the exit of my house, the exit door. And I said, you know what? If I don't get out of here now, this man is going to kill me. And I grabbed this little hand towel. Not the real small ones, the hand towel. You know the ones shits they give you in the hospital? There's a big towel, medium towel, and then I grabbed that medium towel. Let me explain something to y'all. I'm 5'9". At that time, I was probably 170 something, 195 pounds, something like that. Let's just say that towel wasn't covering nothing, okay? Booty cheeks, everything hanging out, yes. And I don't have no flat butt, honey, okay? So, I grab that towel when I walk outside. What happens when I walk outside of my fucking door? Why is the block rapist outside of my door? I can't make this up if I I cannot make this up if I tried. Why is the neighborhood rapist outside of my door? So I go outside and I go outside of my door and I'm walking around the corner and he's right there. So I start to back up. So he's walking towards me like, and I was like, get away from, I just started screaming because at that point I had enough. Like, how could this be right now? How could this be happening to me right now? Why would you be outside of my fucking door? So, I skipped a part. When all of this commotion was happening in the house, before I started talking nice to him, I was screaming for help. I was like, somebody help me. I live on the first floor. These windows are very, you can hear me. You can hear me. Nobody came to help. None of my neighbors came to help. Nobody. It was somebody from outside, literally downstairs, outside in the street, that heard me, that came up, knocked on the door. And when he knocked on the door, my ex-boyfriend opened the door and spit in his motherfucking face and closed the door. And that's when I was like, bitch, talk nice to this nigga. Because he's going to fucking kill you. He is not playing, honey. He's going to murder you in your own fucking house. I'm going to be a 5-minute fucking story on Bronx 12, and I'm going to be on the second page or third page, or probably not even that, in the newspaper. 20-some-odd-year-old girl was killed in Bronx apartment, strangled and beat to death. She left behind a such and such age-year-old son. And that is the fucking reality, honey. I am a black Latino from the Bronx, and you know how it goes. And it's sad, but it is what it is, okay? And in my head, when I die, I want motherfuckers to feel it. I want everybody sad. I'm sorry, okay? So anyways, I was like, no. That's when I was like talking nice to him. So long story short, when I got outside and the block rapist was there, that's when I started. I'm like, get away from me. So I go downstairs and I run outside. And then people outside, and they looking at me. They're like, you all right? You all right? And I was like, and it just so happened when I was leaving, I don't know if somebody called the cops and they was on the way to the house, or they was just driving by because the neighborhood I live in, police always have to be over here. So they come in and I see them, and I'm by the chicken spot at this point, and I'm on the corner, naked, essentially naked with this little towel, and people are crowding around me, and I'm like, get away from me, because they was getting so close to me, it was making me feel uncomfortable because I'm naked. So I saw my boyfriend at the time coming around the corner, and I was like, they was like, keep him away from her, keep him away. I was like, that's him. I was like, he's coming to get me, he tried to kill me, or whatever. I don't know if those were my exact words. I'm just like, trying to go over this. So when he comes, the police get out the car and they surround him. He had his truck parked on the corner, in front of my building, or on the corner of my building, or whatever. I walk And I'm trying to get back in the house because I'm feeling embarrassed or whatever. And my feet was all cut up from glass. And this is when the sidewalk in front of my building wasn't fixed. And it was like real choppy. The concrete was broke. So my feet was all fucked up because I had ran outside in this. And this mad drug addicts and shit over here. I was feeling so icky, y'all. So, he goes and the police are surrounding him. And as I get closer, I hear laughter. The police are joking with this nigga. He is drunk. He looks drunk. Police sitting there chopping it up. Like basically, oh, we gotta arrest you. So it was this young, dumb nigga. I'll never forget this shit. All the police officers were back, essentially, from what I remember. Probably one Hispanic, whatever. And this nigga was like, yeah, I don't even know why we came. I don't even know why we gonna arrest him. She gonna get back with him anyway. He's saying this right in this instance. It's not like I was in the fucking precinct and he said it. He's saying this right when I'm outside, right when I'm naked, right after my fucking face is swollen like this. It's fresh. And this is what he's saying to me. And you're supposed to be a police officer. Fuck the police. Coming straight from the underground. Okay? So it's him and it's another officer. I think it's like 3 of them trying to escort me to my apartment. So I turned around. I said, I don't want this clown ass nigga bringing me to my fucking apartment. I said, because if it was your mother, you wouldn't be sitting here joking and fucking laughing. I don't know what the fuck is so funny, but I don't want you in my fucking house. And the older cop, I can't say all of them was shit chatting, laughing with him or whatever, but it just looked like a group of guys just, you know what I'm saying? So the older one was like, yo, stay away from her. So I went upstairs and they was like, oh, is this what he did or whatever? Because I told you my house was a mess. So I was like, no, I was just moving back in here. I was living with him, and this was basically my storage house or whatever because the glass was broken and all this extra shit. So they allowed me to get dressed or whatever. They brought me down to the precinct, and they arrested him, and they tried to charge him with attempted murder. There's a new law in New York that they ask you a whole bunch of questions when people strangle you. They ask you, does it hurt when you swallow? Did your voice change? And they check to see if you got bruises, and all of those was yes, but I answered no. And this is where the dumb bitch moment comes in. I did not want him to get arrested for attempted murder. I still love him. There's no other way around it. People like to call people dumb bitches because they never been in that situation, or they've been in a situation where a nigga first hit them and they leave. I'm gonna tell you right now, you wasn't madly in love with that person, because when you are madly in love with somebody, you let a lot of shit slide, honey. Okay, so watch that dumb bitch comment when y'all commenting on people's lives, when y'all hear, oh, she just gonna go back to him, or she's a dumb bitch. Y'all gotta take it easy with that, because somebody is basically in emotional distress, or somebody is basically emotionally dependent on somebody, or this is somebody that they are madly in love with. And you got to remember, love is a drug, and it takes a while for people to weed themselves off a drug. So try to be sensitive to people's situations and understanding. And basically, I did not want him to charge. The DA kept calling me. I did not press charges. I did, in fact, get back with him, but it wasn't the same, and I wasn't really feeling him. I don't know what it was. At that moment, my friends was mad at me and everything. But I'm out of that situation, and basically, I'm just telling you guys this story just in case if anybody else out there is going through the same thing. I know it's easier said than done, but leave. If you are dependent on somebody because of financial status or whatever, and you got to struggle, you want to struggle and be alive, or you want to be rich and dead. You got to think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, this was a serious story time. But I hope this is resonating with somebody. And I love y'all. I know I just started this channel, but I hope to connect with more of y'all more times. Anyways, deuces. Like and subscribe, bitches. Bye.